Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we take a look at the left tackle competition now that the dust has settled on all that bowl junk that happened in the offseason. And we play everyone's favorite game, a little FITB, fill in the blank. Let's do it.
Let's go. Squad. Live from the Xfinity Studio is DNVR Buffs Live. Hump day. How we feeling?
Pretty good, bro.
Yeah?
Feeling pretty amazing right now. I feel pretty juiced up. I don't know why. I feel like it's just, just happy I woke up today.
Let's
You know what
go,
I'm saying?
Scotty.
God's
Hell yeah,
the greatest,
man.
bro. How could you not be happy about that and just want to smile about something like that,
It's true.
Let's go.
It's amazing. I've been wearing shorts all week. So that
That's
makes
fire.
me happy in and
Yeah,
of
yeah.
itself. And I wore shorts most of last week, too, in San Francisco. So
Nice.
it's a beautiful time.
It's going to be, we're going to look up and this would be March.
I know.
And this would be
Please.
spring ball.
I know.
I
You
need
know what I'm
it.
saying? Right around the corner.
Although that's when my birthday is.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking forward to this.
Why?
Why
'Cause
not?
I just feel like I'll officially be entering my mid 30s.
Dang.
And that just scares me.
So you're turning 34.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't you know you're not supposed to ask people their age, bro?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's what's up, bro. I mean, I feel like that should have you a bit excited, bro.
It does in its own ways.
But I feel the other side too.
Yeah, my body hurts.
You, the big sleep calling your name?
I'm pain maxing.
I'm dead.
Oh, Lord. What is up, chat? How's everyone feeling today on the show? Fun one. Drafting potential Super Bowl halftime shows.
Oh,
We'll discuss that as we get
let's
closer
go.
to potential rules.
I'm excited for that.
Playing everyone's favorite game, fill in the blank. It's very off-season stuff today. Bowl games getting canceled, players getting 9th years of eligibility, offers being sent out, updates on coaches. But we start today with Colorado's offensive line, most notably the left tackle position, where clearly there's a big void that was left over the offseason. But the Buffs have brought in options.
Yep.
Also, Brendan Marion talking to rivals. We'll get talking about that.
Must be nice.
Must be very nice. Once we get to
Must be dope.
through this offensive line stuff. Options to replace Jordan Seaton at left tackle. So
Yes.
obviously a massive position that needs to be filled. Control effing tackle was not a good way to go about this.
They've added a few options.
Yes.
Right. And I think they've added a few options and there is no clear leader in the clubhouse, if you ask me. Right. We'll go through kind of look at the options right now. I think Taj White is he's one of them for sure. Coming over from Rutgers, started every game for them last year. All of them are at right tackle though. He is going to be an option. Bo Hughley, Jake Sky is going to be an option coming over from Georgia. Only started 2 games last year, but played in 8. He also is pretty much exclusively played a right tackle like Taj White, and you'll see a trend here. I think Leon Bell potentially might be my pick right now to be that left tackle. He started pretty much every game for Cal last year, but again, all of those snaps pretty much exclusively playing right tackle. And then you got Javen Richardson from Mizzou, who did start 2 games last year at left tackle against South Carolina, against UMass, played in 5 games on the season. He is, I believe, probably has the most left tackle experience, even though it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But those are 4 solid options right there that you added via the transfer portal. I think it just remains to be seen. I think it's just going to come down to which one of those guys is most comfortable at left tackle. Because that's obviously a massive spot, protecting Julian Lewis's blind side. You need consistency at that position.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it's not a spot where it's a revolving door all year, where you're trying 2 to 3 to 4 guys and trying to find out in week 8 what your answer is at left tackle. Hopefully, through spring, through fall, one of these guys kind of separates themselves and solidifies themselves as a starting left tackle. But you got options, guys who are experienced coming from the Power 4 level.
Do you guys think that there's something to be said for the iron sharpens iron of all this? Of like, of course, it's really nice to have a solidified left tackle who is great.
Yeah.
But the fact that essentially all of these guys are going to be fighting for playing time the whole year. Like,
Definitely.
I don't think, obviously once you set a line, you would like to keep it, but there's so much talent here and really potential that I think that the pitch to the lineman would be like, no one is ever safe.
Yeah.
Like you have to fight to earn your spot every single day. And I'm curious how you guys feel about the contrast of that from last year.
I mean, I think that's kind of what the goal of this offseason was, right? Was to clearly what happened last year, make sure that didn't happen again, but also use that as a reminder, like nothing is like given, especially in this day and age of college football, and everything has to be earned. We didn't mention Phillip Houston or Kareem Harden too. Obviously, Kareem Harden was the guy who filled in for Jordan last year, and
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson as well. So there's
I think is moving to guard, but I don't know for sure.
Larry.
Well, and with Houston and Harden, who knows what those guys' deal is? They were both seniors last year. They've got this JUCO stuff going on right now. Houston, of course, didn't even play. But to your point, yes, I do think that it means something, that it's like you really have to go kind of earn every spot, every snap, every rep, as Coach Marion said, for this team this season.
Yeah, I mean, that competition, I think, is what this recruiting staff put an emphasis on. At every position, I think there is competition.
Yep.
On both sides of the ball. Like, I don't think there are any surefire starters on this football team other than, I would say, quarterback and center. That'd be it, I think. And obviously, I think, my guy Rando is going to be a starter in the back end on defense. But, like, other than that, like, there's competition, like, with multiple guys who could potentially start at every single position. And, when you lose a guy like Jordan Seaton, who is a future first-round NFL draft pick, that's tough. And it's going to be hard to replace that kind of talent with just the one guy. So I think the plan was there to throw multiple darts.
Yep.
Right? Because just because somebody played a lot potentially in the SEC level, doesn't mean that they're going to come over here and immediately be the guy that you thought he might be, or the guy that you might have thought you saw on film. So the more dart throws that I think at this very important position you can have, and there's at least 4, just talking specifically about the transfers, not even talking about the guys who might be returning, like Phillip or Kareem or whatever. I think they have a good group of guys to hopefully one of them separates themselves from the rest of the pack.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a 25% hit rate on the transfers at left tackle, you got your guy.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you go by, just looking at some Pro Football Focus kind of pass blocking grades, of those 4, Bo Hughley had the best pass blocking grade, but that should also be taken with a bit of a grain of salt because I think he played the fewest snaps of those 4 guys. I believe he played the fewest snaps of those 4 guys. So take it with a grain of salt. There's some options there.
And I don't know if pass blocking is going to be the way to win this job.
Yep.
Great point.
I think that it's going to be a very important part of winning this job. But
Great point.
I think you're going to win this job by, at the very least, your effort in the run game.
Yeah.
I mean, last year when Jordan decided not to play anymore, Kareem Harden came in and played pretty well, honestly. Like, there really wasn't that much of a drop-off, and he graded out okay as a run blocker, but he had some really strong performances. Against Arizona State, he played really well. I mean, his pass blocking grades are actually pretty impressive. But with Marion, it's a total scheme shift in that department, right? And it's not really something this team has done the last 3-4 years under Coach. Like, feature just like a powerful, physical, literally, like, try and bowl you over, steamroll, like, over some teams. It's going to be a complete mentality shift. And I think it goes to that original point you said, like, you kind of have to have a different mentality with this team. You need to be nasty on the offensive line to start. You have to. You have to have that edge.
And I think it's a good point, too. Like, what Brandon Marion brings with this go-go offense, like, it's kind of built with it in mind that you might not have elite talent up front on the offensive line. Like, that's kind of built into the go-go kind of formula.
The whole thing was built to not have elite talent anywhere.
It's true. And especially if you're going to be playing with pace, if you're going to be trying to get up to 70, 80, almost 90 plays a game, like that's going to take some wind out of the sails of some of these pass rushers in some of these obvious passing situations. It's not going to allow defenses to get into their most exotic pressures and coverages when you're speeding up to the line. You're not huddling. You're not allowing them to substitute and whatnot. So all that type of stuff is going to really help whoever ends up, lining up at left tackle there, and the rest of that offensive line included.
For sure. I guess kind of just moving off of left tackle, though, unless you have anything else. I am intrigued by multiple guys who are returning for this offensive line. I mean, we talk a lot about Yo-Yo, right?
Definitely.
Andre Roy Jr., who definitely had some rough spots last year. He's back in the fold as well. Chauncey Gooden, again, would not be surprised if he has a massive offseason and he emerges somewhere. It's pretty difficult, I think, to call on these freshmen to make a tremendous impact, but the size that Xavier Payne brings to the table is, I mean, that's a real tool. And, maybe not something for 26, maybe it's more 27 and beyond, but the depth of this offensive line is greatly improved compared to where it was the last few years. And, hat tip to Brendan Marion and the staff for, building it and also retaining a lot of these guys too. I mean, Chauncey Gooden was a blue chip recruit too.
Definitely.
And I think that there's a situation where, or in the past, there was a situation where it's like, okay, this guy's probably going to be the starter. And if he goes down, or if another name ends up being the starter, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that guy didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Now we got to start this guy. I don't think there's really any combination that you could tell me a week before the season, this is the starting five, where I would be like, oh, what happened to so-and-so?
Sure.
It would all feel like, if you tell me Chauncey Gooden's starting at guard, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
This is great. If you tell me that, Taj White is starting at tackle, I'm like, okay. It's not like, Bo Hughley didn't live up to it.
Right.
If I told you that Javon McFadden was starting at guard, that would probably, get your gears rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like that would probably have you excited. And that's another guy.
Totally.
Potentially could be left tackle, or a tackle could potentially be a guard. This is a former, again, blue chip recruit, Ohio State transfer. I like Jose Soto coming over from Sac State as well, guard. He started
12-game starter last year.
Started every game for them last year. And he was on pace to start every game for them the previous year before he had a season-ending injury. So he obviously has familiarity with the go-go with Brendan Marion as well. Sean Kinney is a guy who I'm really high on as well. Has center ability, has guard ability. He has started pretty much every game over the last 2 years at his former stop as well. So I think this offensive line group is you got a core group, I think, of 8-9 guys where, to your point, RK, any of those 8 or 9 guys are in the starting five. Bet. Let's roll.
Yep.
Let's see what we got here.
To that point about Javon McFadden, shout out Adam Munster-Tiger. He's been doing this series talking to the writers of the other team, and he did that for Javon McFadden. And the Ohio State guy in that article basically said he's as advertised. It's just so many guys came back to Ohio State, and he wants to play. He's a blue chip recruit as well. He was a 4-star guy who was very highly recruited, and obviously he saw an opportunity here. So if you see him named as a starter, man, if I told you Chauncey Gooden and Javon McFadden were your starters at guards, you're feeling really good, I think.
Totally, especially because I'm looking at this on a 2 to 3 year scale of when this team could accomplish some really special stuff.
Definitely.
And so if you're telling me that those guys are already ready now, well, then you might accelerate the scale. And I'm not saying that they can't do something special next year, but you just look at the way that this team could evolve, let's just say over the next 2 years, where, then Julian Lewis has 14 starts under his belt going into next year. That's when hopefully you still have Brendan Marion, although that might be wishful thinking. But the more young guys you can get meaningful experience this year could go a long way for you. Also, really helps in keeping those guys around.
Yes, 100%. Okay, let's take our first break. We'll wrap up this topic on the other side and get to talking actually what Brendan Marion said today to Rivals. But shout out to our friends over at Bet365, the place to get on the action. We're kind of just in future season at this point right now. Maybe a little over-unders. Maybe we'll get to that on the show. For
football, at least. There's still,
Of course, that's what I mean. But yes, there's a lot going on still. Playoff races starting to heat up in the NBA and the NHL. And then, of course, baseball. I think catchers and pitchers reported.
Oh, they've been there.
Really?
Oh, so there you go.
Crazy.
Practices are beginning.
No
Get
way.
ready for the summer then, and get your baseball futures in over at Bet365. Bet365 is the best, man. They got these early money line payout offers. We've talked about them for other sports. For MLB, it's 5 runs. Your team goes ahead by 5 runs or more. You get an instant payout, even if the opponent comes all the way back to win the game. You are set and cashed out over at Bet365. And new customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Just sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. Again, if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on anything, spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody who knows a gambling problem wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR, man. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA, and for the longest time, as long as I've been here, Toyota has been a part of DNVR's DNA, man. For generations, Toyota has been building these durable legends that are perfect for Colorado and just destined for greatness no matter where you are, whether you're, conquering some off-road trails or hauling maybe your entire life's worth of possessions on the back of your Toyota, man. There's a Toyota truck that is just perfect for you. It might be the all-new 2025 Tacoma, or maybe even that iconic 2025 Land Cruiser, man. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Group Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR and a proud partner of CU Athletics. Shout out to Toyota.
All right, back on the show. Look, we've been optimistic the last 2 off seasons about the offensive line. I understand if there's some hesitancy going into year 4 now, but truthfully, I feel like this is the most depth, the most talent, and the most centered on a philosophy this team has been in the Coach Prime era. And I can't help but feel like you're going to see results from that.
I also think this is the first time in the Coach Prime era at Colorado there's not going to be any shuffling of the offensive line coaches
Let's hope.
ahead of a season.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, sure, I guess there's still time before the season starts, but that's obviously a boost as well. Keeping, Andre Gerard and, Big George and obviously Gunner to man that room, I think is another kind of storyline that maybe isn't being talked about enough.
Absolutely. And I mean, we talked about this before, but I was saying this to you guys before, and it relates to the Rivals article, so it'd be good transition into it. But Brendan Marion said something about all of the speed that they have.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I was joking with you guys. I'm like, Brendan Marion building this team, or this offense, I should say, is like me making my Madden team. It's like, you know what you want. You just go and you just double down, triple down, quadruple down on it. And it's really easy to see more than anywhere else in the wide receiver room. But that philosophy applies to what he's adding all across. Like, there's a clear emphasis on size on the offensive line.
Yes.
So they got tons of guys with that. It's just like, it gives me a lot of confidence knowing that he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Me too.
Without a doubt. With that being said, shout out to Adam Gorney at Rivals. Good for him, I guess. Had Brendan Marion join him for an interview. So we're going to read this interview to you. On the offense, obviously, in recruiting, on speed, actually, in particular, he says, I've been excited about what we brought in on offense. We created a 4x100 team. We have a lot of guys who are one-play touchdown guys who can score when they get the ball in their hands. They can stretch the field. A lot of guys have proven they are big-time playmakers in college football. Right now, we're trying to build the cohesiveness and that chemistry where guys can work together, understand what's going on, be able to move around and play multiple spots, and build that fast-track, quick-pace offense where with the speed we have, a guy that runs a 10.5, a guy that runs a 10.2, a guy that runs a 10 flat, and a guy that runs a 10.7. A lot of home run hitters on this team. Just have to make sure we're playing intelligent, playing fast, playing tough, and building through the weight room, all that stuff.
Okay, so Ernest, the 10 flat.
I
was the 10.2.
I would think that would be Quentin. Or potentially Track, Hawk, a.k.a. the Kalen Taylor.
I think he's just talking about receivers, though, wasn't he? He said the 4x100 team.
He just said, I'm excited about what we brought in on offense.
Okay.
So, but I mean,
That would be
bringing in.
yeah.
So.
No. Maybe Danny Scoots.
Maybe Danny, yeah.
I was just thinking about how Jake was like, build a basketball team, and he was like, build a track team.
Pretty much. That's what he said, yes. Don't sleep on Cam Perry either, man. I think he's explosive.
Very.
No. One thing I want to say about Cam too is somebody asked me for a mailbag, like, with so many slot receivers with kind of the same archetype, like how are you going to make sure that everybody gets fed? And I would say with Cam specifically, he played almost 40% of his snaps last year at Miami of Ohio out wide. And obviously 60 in the slot. So like he is not just a slot receiver.
Yes.
I would say the same thing for Joseph Williams. It's not just a slot receiver. I don't think DeAndre Moore is just a slot receiver either.
Or Danny Scoots.
Or Danny Scoots. So I don't think it would be smart to put any of these guys in a box, especially with Brendan Marion calling plays and designing the offense.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Danny, the way that he was defended going into games, they couldn't afford to line him up in the same place. They had to move him around to, create matchups that they wanted for him because the defense was focusing in on him so intently, and clearly it didn't work.
Right.
So yeah, I think all of these guys, and I think we've already entered the positionless basketball era.
Right.
I kind of think we're entering the positionless offense era in football.
And I think they've added a lot of guys who can be looked at as positionless.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really hard to defend when you have no idea if you're on the other side of the ball and you don't know whose role is defined and who's like actually able to handle multiple things for sure.
And if you start seeing, I think you're going to start seeing, and he's talked about this a little bit, but like Brendan Marion using wide receivers in his 2 running back stack to go along with 2 wide receivers. Like his entire philosophy is just making things difficult on the defense and forcing them into matchups they don't want to be in. And he's kind of mastered it. And so I kind of think of the way that he thinks of it as positionless.
Yeah.
And if you get the right personnel to run that, it's just going to be nightmare upon nightmare for the defense.
You just think about all the fits Brendan Marion's going to be able to give defenses with this personnel, right? You have 3 speedsters out there. Say you have Trickhawk, Scudero, Cam Perry out there. Defense might be, all right, we might want to get 5, maybe 6 DBs on the field right now.
Yeah.
Coach Marion sees that on the other side of the ball. That's what we're going to run Richard Young right down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many counters, and a defense is almost never going to be able to be right from a number, from a personnel perspective because of all the different skill sets that guys who have that Brendan Marion can deploy in this offense. It's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Don't sleep on DeAndre Moore's speed too. He was returning kicks as a true freshman at Texas. So,
oh God. One other thing I want to mention too, because Brendan Marion in that quote talked about like just getting guys cohesion and like making sure everybody's on the same page. So I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, who's in the Colorado football locker room right now, was last season as well, and we were just talking about how he has noticed a difference. Last year, after practices, after workouts, 20, 30 minutes after the workout, locker room would be pretty empty. Dudes would be out of there. Now and again, granted it's February 11th, still earlier in the year, but nowadays this same individual has noticed a difference 20, 30 minutes after a workout. Dudes are still in the locker room, like interacting with each other, like wanting to learn each other, like building that camaraderie. And that was a difference that this individual noticed. So again, it's February 11th, but those are the type of things that you want to hear, right? The talent is undeniable on this football team, but it's the coming together as a team that I think we saw in 2024 when they won 9 games. That was a big part of their success. And I think that's starting to build with this group here right now as well.
It's so funny you bring that up because when I was talking with Akib and TJ Ward and CJ Anderson at the Super Bowl, I was just asking them like certain things about what made that team special and what made them a championship roster. And one of the things that they kept pointing out was like, bro, the Super Bowl 50 team, we hung out like every day. They're like, we were going over to Vaughn's house after practice like every day. And my follow-up to them about that was like, does that mean there's kind of like some luck involved in team building in terms of just like, there's no way of predicting like, are these 2 guys going to be friends?
Right.
Or like not even 2. Are these 50 guys going to be friends?
Right.
And sometimes it just clicks.
Yeah.
You just get the right mix and everyone's kind of pushing in the same direction and like seeing eye to eye on things and wanting to spend time together. So like hearing little things like that, yeah, sure, it's February and
Yep.
People can grow tired of each other over time, but sometimes you just need maybe a little bit of luck that the team's going to get along.
100%.
Absolutely. I mean, it's common like relationships and everything. Like it's easier to fight for the person next to you when you actually like them as opposed to you don't really care and it's like, I'm just kind of going to do my thing and I'm going to head out. Like that's literally exactly what you just described.
Right.
So
exactly right. And I think we saw maybe a little bit of evidence of that last week too with Ernest Campbell at his track meet. And he's got 10 to 12 new teammates there supporting him.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope. And I think it's another example of that for sure.
On that, Coach Marion says we're building that right now through the weight room and guys telling each other their stories, getting to know each other, spending time off the field together, spending time in the lunchroom, locker room. So excited about what we're doing, about where we're going to look like out there on the field. This is on more so recruiting, it looks like. I tell guys all the time, and Coach had a message the other day, as soon as you can let go of who used to be at, the faster we can come together as a team. They all came here on a mission. They all came here to do something great and accomplish something. That's kind of been my grit in life. If you look at my career, people always ask why I switch jobs so much, and it's because I get promoted every year. Even when I went to Texas, they didn't go to a bowl game the year before, then they went to a bowl game. Same thing at Pitt. We won the championship. Every team I've gone to had a losing record the year before, and then we had a winning record, and that's based off getting the players to come together, be family, stay close together, and fight through those adverse times. I'm excited this time because this is the first school I've been able to hand select with Coach Prime, the guys, a whole group of guys.
Wow.
How about that?
I did not know that stat about having a losing record before you got there and then having a winning record.
That's insane.
Very Signetti-esque.
Yes, it is.
It's perfect for a Colorado program looking to change that around what happened last year. That's awesome stuff, though. I love hearing Brendan Marion just talk his stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's so confident.
That always said people like talk about why I get a new job every year. Well, because somebody keeps trying to hire me away. Somebody trying to promote me. That's why. I love that.
You would too if someone offered you more
Absolutely.
money every year.
Exactly right.
On let's see. Yeah, it looks like this is on high school recruiting. Josh Niblett also mentioned here too. Coach Marion says, we're going to make a strong push in high school football this year. We made a decent late push when I got here. The one thing that I've loved since I've been here is Coach Prime has been involved in every recruiting decision. He's watched every guy and verified with his eyes to make sure it's the right player coming into the program. We were really focused on getting the guys who had the character traits and not just the physical attributes. When you have Coach Prime, you have the best closer in football. If we can get a family to get in front of him, he's going to close them out. But it's putting the right people in front of him and making sure coaches do their due diligence on finding the background, the story, the history of the kid. And not because we all want choir boys, but from the standpoint that we have players who are hungry, who love football, and not just ones who come for the picture to stand next to Coach Prime, but who want to come here and have the opportunity to go to the NFL and play quality football while they're here. He's right. There's been a lot of players who have come to Boulder for the picture and, I've been to Boulder. Now I'm immediately going to lock them out of my recruitment.
Yeah.
It happens quite a bit, or used to at least.
Totally. And it's cool to hear the talk about kind of changes, but they're also walking the walk, I think that people forget that Coach Prime is allowed to learn too.
Of course.
Yes. And sure, he's been coaching a long time, but he is new to Power 5 coaching. He's going into his 4th season, and I think any coach would tell you their first 4 seasons coaching at Power 5, they learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
But I think because Coach Prime is this larger than life figure, there's this expectation that he's just supposed to have everything already figured out. And anytime he makes a mistake, it's like this huge thing. And it's just normal. It's the normal progression of a coach who's adapting to the environment. And I think that Coach Prime has clearly realized over this time that there is a value in having coaches with college backgrounds, coaches with even connections in high school recruiting, all that stuff. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to come in and think if I just get in all these NFL legends, it'll players will want to come here. And some did, some didn't.
Yep.
I think he's allowed to just be like, okay, well, that didn't work quite as well as I thought it would. Let's try something else. Let's go to a more traditional approach. Let's mix the two things together and still have some of these great NFL names and then add in some people with great college and high school connections. this is just normal evolution. But I just don't think Coach Prime gets the same benefit of the doubt or leash that other people would.
Totally. And we got to take a break, but real quick, like to that, like we talk every day about how this sport, college football specifically, is changing at
every day.
A rapid pace, man. It's almost overwhelming for us to keep up with. I can't even imagine being a head coach, let alone anyone who's actually working with a team. So of course they're going to evolve their coaching style. They're going to evolve their pillars of what they think, like the foundational, like things that they stand by. Like that's allowed to evolve and change over time. And they're allowed to learn things and try out new things too. And Coach Prime is not excluded from that at all. So great point. Let's take our next break and shout out our friends over at Xfinity, sitting here and the Xfinity studio. Shout out to them for bringing this to us. But man, they have got a hell of a deal for you. Maybe one of the best deals out there right now with their 5-year price guarantee. I don't know. I mean, look, maybe some baseball players who get a 5-year, fully guaranteed contract. That's pretty secure. Deshaun Watson. Yes, there are some notable contracts out there.
Great for Deshaun,
of
not
course.
Great for the Browns.
Yes, exactly.
In this case, I'm not going to say it, but you get what I'm saying.
It's a great deal for everyone over at Xfinity with their 5-year price guarantee. You get their reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi, that state-of-the-art equipment as well. Plus, the best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Take it from us. A lot can change in 5 years. Championship runs, records broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, that should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
What if you could also get a guarantee on your health? Now, that's really hard to get.
Yes.
But you can have your best chance at it if you get proactive about your health. And that's what they want you to do over at Common Spirit Health, where they're more than just hospitals and clinics. They're a team of passionate and expert caregivers dedicated to your well-being and woven into the very fabric of our community here in Denver. So whether you are looking for preventative care to help guarantee or get as close to guaranteeing your health, or surgical solutions, whatever it may be, their skilled physicians and caring staff are here for you. So whether you have a routine checkup or you're managing a chronic condition or even responding to an emergency, you can trust Common Spirit to deliver exceptional care close to home. So hit up our friends over at Common Spirit and experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the reigning AFC West champion, Denver Broncos.
Soon.
All right, I need to address this out the gate. Freddie Walker asked in the chat, Scotty Harold's or Uncle Remus? Obviously Harold's.
I can answer that for it.
Obviously Harold's. Uncle Remus is fire though. I don't discriminate in that way. Uncle Remus is fire too, but Harold's is the GOAT, man.
You have to try both.
You will. I'm make sure see to it. I was shocked when our RC was out there. I don't remember when they were out there, but I had him try it out. I didn't think he was going to pull up first off.
Yes.
I certainly didn't think if he did pull up, he was going to like it, because you know how he is with his food.
I mean, he eats chicken
but he
tenders.
like
I was going to say, it's one ingredient.
But yeah, he enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm y'all going to like it for sure.
Or I should say one thing. He likes chicken.
It's true.
That is, yeah. I mean, yeah, you were in the right ballpark for him. So.
He's like, I just wish it didn't have bones.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Pretty much. He's probably saying the breading's too crispy or something. Too.
Yeah, for real.
It's too much flavor.
What's this sauce? All the seasoning on this chicken.
Frozen.
All right. Last thing from this article is about quarterbacks. Sorry, who wrote this? Adam Gorney writes here that quarterback is definitely one of the positions where Marion and Sanders will be watching closely in the 2027 class. Coach Marion, we're scouring the entire country right now. We have a huge talent in Julian Lewis. We brought in Keneal Sweetwine, who I thought was an extreme talent out of Utah, a big kid who can do it all. And then we have Isaac Wilson. We have a really solid quarterback room. So the guy we bring in will have to have supreme confidence in the fact that he's going to have to go out there and compete for it, fight for it. He's not going to be in a quarterback room where it's a guaranteed given job. He's going to have to come in here and show his skill set and maybe have to sit for a year and be okay with that. I learned that from Coach Steve Sarkisian from the standpoint of filling up the room with the best possible players that you can get. We're looking at kids all over the country. The good thing with Coach Prime is his facial recognition. You can get a kid from all over the country.
That's fire. Even before the break, I love that quote, or just the corroboration of what Coach Prime said a couple weeks ago, where he said, I'm hand selecting, hand picking all these dudes. And to hear Coach Marion say that, yeah, they're working in tandem. And I'll say this, if there's a high school football player out there, even a transfer, who Deion Coach Prime Sanders likes and Brennan Marion likes,
Sign me up.
I like him too.
Yes.
I think he can play too. So that is an elite combination of talent recognition that those two have, and those two working in conjunction with each other to get as much talent on this roster, I think is special.
Well, and I think it's important to point this out because I don't know if everyone would operate this way. We feel like there's a good chance that Brennan Marion will end up being a head coach as soon as next season.
Sure.
I don't think he ever looks at it that way. And I think that's why he keeps getting promoted.
Yeah.
Because if he was thinking about how he's going to be a head coach somewhere else next season, he probably wouldn't be all that concerned with scouring the country, trying to find a 2027 freshman quarterback. But I think that he knows when he approaches every recruiting cycle with that much intensity, it just resonates with the next people who are going to try to hire him. And then, from a purely Brennan Marion standpoint, like you're still building those relationships, which could help you in the future.
Sure.
Right? But I do think it's really cool the way he's just talking about we in the future and all of that, not thinking like, okay, it's 1 year and I'm out of here, which I think might have been the case in some other cases.
Sure. I think, but Coach Primes talks about it a lot too. It's one of the big sayings, I think, in the building, be where your feet are. And I think Brennan Marion probably does a great job of doing that and also kind of leaving a place better than you found it too. I think that's how you have that impact, but also get sought out for, even if you keep, jumping, even if you're being promoted from a job to almost every other year, you know what I mean? Or every season at that point. So there's something with that. It's kind of like what we talked about with Domata Peko when he left and how he said, like, the pipeline's been built. Right. If y'all just maintain it, like you're going to have it rolling. And I think that's kind of a lot of what Brennan Marion does. I mean, look at UNLV, man. They did bring in Dan Mullen, who's a very proven coach, and Barry Odom moved on, and they were still good when he was there. But UNLV is kind of like a force in that conference now in the Mountain West. Which say what you want about that conference, but even Texas, man, they're a factory now with Sark, and obviously Sark's the guy and all that. But Brennan Marion certainly had an impact with that too.
Absolutely.
Sac State, the Sac State's trying to make North Dakota State right now, make the jump to FBS.
Yep.
Definitely. And he left all those places in a better spot than when he got there.
Exactly.
No doubt.
And he would still be at Sac State if they didn't mess it up with
the FBS moving up. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. But yeah, go check it out, Rivals. Well, never mind. That was good though. Shout out to Coach Marion.
Hell yeah.
You have a mailbag coming out, Scotty.
Yeah, I do. It'll be out it'll probably be out tomorrow morning. I got a handful of really good questions from people on Twitter. One of them was kind of asking about the left tackle situation, which we talked about in that first segment. I guess kind of the first question that I really liked was somebody asked, what about this roster gives us an idea that Colorado will be improved? And I guess I can open it up to you guys as well. Just point to one thing roster-wise that tells you that this team is going to be improved in 2026. But for me, I just said defensive transfer additions, but specifically 4 individuals. The 2 linebackers, Leona Leafau, Gideon ESPN Lampron, and our 2 big boys up front, Ezra Christensen and Santana Hopper. Like those 4 guys being the nucleus of your front 7.
Yeah.
Is going to dramatically change what transpired defensively last year. We talked about 130 missed tackles last year as a defense, which is just ridiculous. And a lot of those are at the first and second level. You know what I'm saying? So I think those 4 guys give me the biggest kind of reason for optimism that this team is going to be drastically improved here in 2026.
I think there's a chance that we look back at the end of next year and say that any one of those 4 guys would have been the best player on defense
Facts.
the year before.
100%.
With maybe Tawfiq Bayard also playing,
of course,
having a say in that conversation.
100%.
For me, it's production.
Yeah.
Just production. The best prediction of what happened in what's going to happen in the future is what happened already. And all of these guys have produced. And we're learning as this transfer portal kind of starts to have more case studies that if guys produce at a lower level, they're going to produce at a higher level.
Yep.
And it's not going to happen 100% of the time. But when you bring in the sheer amount of production that they've brought in on this team, you're going to get a lot of that production. And so it's easy to say, okay, well, they're taking a step up in a lot of these cases, and are they going to be able to do it?
Yep.
But more and more, we're learning that yes, they are going to be able to do it. If you can play ball, you can play ball.
Definitely.
I think my answer would just be the fact that Julian stuck around.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, I think that would have signaled any and all alarms if Julian Lewis, left the program. And the fact that, he stood 10 toes down and is excited. And, the way that Marion talks about him, that's what gives me the most optimism. Because what I saw last year, like, this guy is going to be able to win a lot of football games, put up points for you.
Feel that.
Now you're obviously surrounding him with the play caller, a scheme, talent around him, and your defense got better. Plus, just the fact that like recruiting didn't really slow down after a 3-9 season. Like that was very impressive to me. The fact that there was virtually no drop off there, and that players still wanted to come here as much as they did 2 years ago. When Shador and Travis were here, like, to me, that says about everything about Coach Prime, the program he's building, and how everyone else perceives it on the outside.
No doubt.
Great answer.
I'll share one other thing too that I heard yesterday. This is, coming from the perspective of an incoming transfer, coming from a school that was in the college football playoff within the last 2 years. I'll say that. And this player who's now in the building at Colorado pretty much said that the talent level at my previous school and the talent level here that I see now, there is no difference. There is no fall off in terms of the talent level. It's just going to come down to what we talked about kind of earlier. Dudes coming together, playing as a team, playing for each other. But that was kind of cool to hear that, like I said, the talent level, we've talked about it ad nauseum, the talent level on this team. But to hear somebody who, again, was on a team that was in the playoff here recently say that there's really no drop off. I think that's exciting, and it just puts more onus on figuring out the rest of that stuff, right? The team building aspect, the camaraderie part of it. If that all comes together, man, 2026 could be really special.
For sure. What do you want to hit real quick? We're not going to be able to cover everything today. So
should we just go into fill in the blank in the draft?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Ready, Dion? All right. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, throw up the first fill in the blank. Speaking of Julian Lewis, at the end of the season, Julian Lewis will be generally recognized as a top blank quarterback in the Big 12.
Will be a top 4 quarterback in the conference. I think.
Top 1.
That's kind of what I thought you would say. Because, the talent level in the conference isn't big.
So, I think Julian Lewis got to be perceived as better than Brennan Sorsby.
People like Brennan Sorsby.
I know they do.
No. People love
They really do,
Brennan
actually.
Sorsby.
I know they do.
He in every top 10 quarterback list across college football.
Ugh.
So, I think Fafita, Fafi's going to be a top 4 quarterback in the conference again this year. I think Drew Mestamaker is going to be a top 4 quarterback in the conference this year. And we'll see. I think Juju's going to certainly be in that conversation.
I think being realistic, I'd say top 5. But knowing what I know about Julian, I think I have to say top 3.
Yeah. And it'll all be kind of depending on how you frame it.
Sure.
Sorsby is going to have the easiest job of any quarterback in the conference. So he's probably going to have solid numbers just the way that Baron Morton did.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see him as a upper tier pro prospect.
Me either.
And I do think that by the end of this year, people could be talking about Julian in that way.
So do I.
I agree. Next one. The team on Colorado's schedule who scares you the most is blank. We got Texas Tech, Georgia Tech. They're a little bit in rebuild, but, we saw the kind of program that they were, that Brent Key was building last year. You have ASU back on the schedule.
I'm good.
Utah's back on the schedule. And then really after that, I mean, if you want to throw out an Oklahoma State, if you want to throw out a K-State, Houston, like,
Who's your answer?
it's got to be Tech. Has to be.
It's just they lost all that
Yeah, but
defensive prowess, I should
For
say,
sure.
particularly up front. I think the corner is coming back. Bryce Pollock is coming back. I believe they lost the safety Thieneman as well to the league. They obviously lost Bailey and Lee Hunter, and obviously the Rodriguez as well at linebacker. So they lost their defensive line coach, and maybe they asked him to go. But there's a lot of talent.
there's a reality where they're a more offensive team, which is what Texas Tech has been. Usually, like, that's their profile.
More of an offensive team with Brendan Sorsby, though, that just don't really scare me.
I'm sorry, bro. He's a much better quarterback than whatever they had last year. They are going to be better offensively next year. I don't know if it's going to be as good offensively as they were on defense this last year to where it carries them like that. But
I guess I don't know if there's a massive gap in my mind between Sorsby and Morton.
it's
isn't.
tremendous to me, honestly. Look, it really is.
We'll see.
What would be your answer?
As a wise man once said, faith and fear cannot exist under the same roof. I'm scared of nobody.
Who's your pick, Scotty?
I don't want to.
Just name a team.
Bro, Oklahoma State's going to be good this year, bro.
Oh, here we go. Here
See,
we
that's
go.
what I didn't want to say it. Bro, but when I look at the schedule, I'm like, that's going to be a tough team to play against. And you're going there. You're going to Stillwater. Like,
Yes.
that's going to be an explosive offense. Like, they're going to be one of the best offenses in the conference, no doubt, but potentially in the country. I looked today, PFF College said they have 2 of the top 10 highest ranked transfer receivers. They have the number 1 ranked transfer running back coming in. Obviously, Mestamaker we know who that is. And they're bringing in the coach who knows all that talent. So, I don't know. I guess that would just be the team for me. But I understand Tech. I understand, Utah. I don't know. I guess now that I look at the schedule, right?
I mean,
there's
look,
a lot of winnable games here.
Don't sleep on Georgia Tech this year, too.
Yeah.
Justice Haynes is a problem. They got better at running the ball this year, even without having Haynes King.
I don't know if you can say that losing Haynes King. I don't know.
Justice is for real.
He is. He's
Jamal
a really
Haynes
good
had
player.
a really disappointing season last year. The Colorado game might have been his best game of the year, honestly.
The thing it's just that it's the first game and it's going to set the tone for the season that like gives me anxiety over it. It's just like,
Yeah,
kind of got to win those first ones.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next. If the Big 12 had to pick one team from the G6 to join the conference, who are you picking? So Mountain West, Conference USA. Obviously, North Dakota State's just moving up.
That's what I was going to get.
But like, if you want, you can throw out Boise State.
North Dakota State would be my answer.
You could over Boise State and like
Yes.
JMU and
Give
like
me
Tulane?
UNLV.
UNLV would be hella
answer.
fun. Great
Good
answer.
We need more Las Vegas in the Big 12.
Yeah. Take us back. Come on.
I heard that there's rumors that the Big 12 basketball tournament can be going to Vegas soon.
I don't care where CU finishes. We have to go then.
I know, we've been deprived.
We really have. Scotty
Speaking
has
of-
not been able to experience Vegas with us, like DNVR.
Is that true?
Yeah, because
It was Big 12 Media Day. Was that the last time we were there?
Yeah, and he was working for the other
Right.
place.
right, and I wasn't officially part of DNVR yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. Did you see they're doing that glass floor for the Big 12 championship?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to make of that.
It looks so sick, but it's just one injury away from everyone hating it.
True.
Even if it's just a normal injury,
Sure.
like, it's just going to be blamed on the floor.
Yeah. I'll throw out a San Diego State just to have San Diego on the schedule.
Nice.
That'd be lit. I think you have the right pick, honestly. Though.
Yeah, that is
UNLV is
probably a good
perfect
pick. And they play just a fun brand of football too.
for sure. Not CSU. Sorry.
Also, technically not G6 anymore. What are we doing with the Pac-12? Where are they?
I mean, again, I think the Mountain West is kind of comparable to the Pac-12 at this point in
Are
time.
they getting an auto bid though?
No, No. They're in that group with the American and CUSA and all.
Good.
Yeah. Next one, Dion. Colorado's defensive MVP in 2026 will be blank.
Rando. Brandon Fontenette will be Colorado's defensive MVP
like
in
you're
2026.
doing that to the tune of the Dreidel song.
No, I'm actually the origins of it is actually Migos ad lib, the famous Migos ad lib. Bando.
Okay.
I just changed it for Rando. What were you gonna say, Jake?
I was going to say Santana Hopper.
Good pick. Good pick, man.
I'll take Gideon Lamprey.
Another very
Look
nice
at us,
pick.
all three levels of the defense.
Yeah.
With an MVP there.
Hell
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, safety, I think, is a pretty safe bet too, though, because
Back-to-back
every
years.
year, every year they lead the team. Tackles. Next one. Go ahead. The quarterback who could have a, quote, Mendoza-like rise in 2026 is blank. Now, look, I'm not hearing Arch Manning, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of...
This is anyone, anywhere.
Yes, but like, I'll accept like a Josh Hoover. Like, that's fine. But like, don't hit me with the Arch Mannings and the, just the...
Would you accept the Drew Mestamaker?
I actually would, yes. No like Brendan Sorsby, like...
For sure. That's certainly my answer. I'll try to think of another one, though.
Jesus, bro.
Who you got?
Here, I'll get some names here. Hold on.
I think it would have to be a transfer like Mendoza did.
Yeah?
Somebody transferring to a new school.
Okay.
First of all, Fernando Mendoza has done some heavy lifting for the name Mendoza in sports.
Yeah.
Because forever it was the Mendoza line in baseball.
Right. Yeah.
And so when I read that, I thought it said Mendoza line season. And I was like, what?
So like Arch Manning, Dante Moore, don't hit me with those. But
they can't. I mean, Dante's not really capable of that.
Sure.
He's already too high,
Yeah, like
And he didn't transfer anywhere.
Like Lenora Sellers, even I'm like, but like if you want to throw out a DJ Lagway, I guess that works. Mateer doesn't work, but send me a.
Can I do Darian Mensah?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's a good one.
I think he's really, really good. He had a kind of a rough start to last season, and everyone just kind of wrote him off until the very end when they won the ACC. But I think Miami's probably going to be really, really good again, and he's going to be orchestrating it.
I got you, RK. How about Byron Brown?
Yeah.
At Auburn?
At Auburn. Nice pick for sure. I'll throw out a Rocco Becht at Penn State, too.
I can see it.
Wow.
I can
He
see
was
it.
so bad against the Buffs that I just can't.
He was. I think Matt Campbell had a stroke in that game, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
His
Also,
hat
their
was too
receivers couldn't
tight.
catch anything.
Yeah, that was bad.
I would throw out Kenny Minchie as well. Obviously, he was a highly touted recruit out of high school going to
ASU?
Notre Dame. He's now at Kentucky,
That's right.
which Will Stein, right? Coming over from LSU. I think they got some weapons
Yeah.
in the portal. So I think he's going to be surrounded with some weapons with a good, innovative OC. So he would be my third pick, Kenny Minchie.
If I didn't not think that Cutter Boley was it, I would just say like whoever's playing with Dillingham.
Yeah, no, facts.
Like he's probably going to look great.
That's a good one.
He might not be good enough to get them to the levels that they were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But after watching him make what's his guy?
Jeff Sims?
Jeff Sims.
Yeah.
Look like very good in multiple games. He can do anything.
Scroll up in the chat for me, Dion. I got to shout out someone. Shout out Eli W.
Why didn't you say him, bro?
I believe in Bryce, bro. I really do.
I don't know, bro. I heard you say that name in a while.
Listen, real talk. Listen, the types of quarterbacks that Kyle Whittingham really developed and won with at Utah are Bryce Underwood is like the souped up version of that.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's valid.
Yeah.
And come on, he just needed real coaching. Like last year, like you could see the physical talent. Like he just needs some help, man. And obviously, when you have a coach who's more focused on other things than coaching football, some development falls through the cracks, which looked like was happening. So shout out to Coach Whittingham.
I'm not out on him just yet, but some of the passing mechanics
That's coaching.
gave me some worry last year.
It's coaching.
Sure, to a certain extent, but to a certain extent.
Go ahead, bro.
I just worry about hunger levels.
Oh my God.
Use the hunger max more.
And I'm not talking about his weight. I'm talking about he's making too much money. Like,
Could be.
Bro, I've heard a lot of he just doesn't love ball enough from you lately. Yeah. A lot of from you recently. I don't know what's up
it
with
might
that.
be all that matters. It really might be the only thing that matters is how much you love ball.
Also, I'll shout out Sam Levitt too. What Lane Kiffin does with quarterbacks is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I think that's it for fill in the blank.
We can do this draft. 5 minutes.
No. We'll save the draft for tomorrow. Or you're gone tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's evergreen. We
It
can do
is.
it whenever we want.
For sure.
We'll save it. We'll do it next week.
I bet.
I can't wait for your boy to not be good and I start calling him mess maker.
Damn it.
That almost fits too well.
It really does. Damn it. It's all right, though.
That would have been a good name actually for Cam Ward his last year at Miami.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then he was also like cleaning all the messes up.
Yeah. Well, what else you got then before you head out?
Jesus.
It's on us now.
I mean, for real.
I gave you guys all I had.
Potentially news. Well,
Oh, the 9th year of eligibility guy.
yeah,
We can talk about that. So,
we'll pull that up in a second.
okay, go ahead.
We had, obviously, Colorado's in the market for a defensive line coach,
Yes.
right? Doman Topeka was headed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a name that I brought up last week, Zarnell Fitch, who was the previous Texas Tech defensive line coach the last 4 years. He was not retained at Texas Tech, and a lot of the smoke around that was that Zarnell Fitch was going to go to USC to reunite with his former head coach, Gary Patterson. But just yesterday, USC promoted analyst Skylar Jones to defensive tackles coach. So doesn't seem like they have an opening still there for defensive line. So again, I don't know exactly what that means for Zarnell Fitch, but I know that this is a guy who would be a really good ad for this defensive line room. Obviously been coaching in the Big 12 for almost a decade at TCU, at Texas Tech, former NFL player, which I know Coach Prime likes as well, with a lot of ties in the Dallas area and just Texas as a whole. So keep an eye on Zarnell Fitch potentially.
I would love that.
So would I.
Be slam dunk.
Tell me about this 9th year of eligibility.
All right.
Yeah, for real.
So Montana linebacker Solomon Tuliaupupu will return for the 2026 season after being granted a 9th year of eligibility by the NCAA. That's not it. Montana's also going to have a 6-year offensive lineman, Dylan Jemdegard, who is going to be back for them. So Tuliaupupu turns 26 in March. 26.
That's
Dion,
insane.
This was 2018. He was a freshman.
Yes,
What, bro?
That's crazy.
Dion's class.
I was still in college.
He started his career at USC in 2018, was sidelined for the entire undergraduate campaign at USC after 2 season ending surgeries impacting his foot in 18. Yeah, he did. And a knee in 2020. The linebacker's first season at Montana, which was his 8th overall, was just his 2nd full season played and 3rd with game action. He saw the field for the first time as a redshirt senior in 2022, appearing in all 14 games for the Trojans. Had some stats, nothing crazy though. Sidelined by another injury in 2023, missed the whole season. Wrapped up his USC career in 2024, playing in 7 games for the Trojans before his season was cut short because of an illness. Transferred to Montana in 2025, and now he's set to play for a new head coach.
Did he play last year at Montana?
It said he had
That was his first year, right? Without missing
2nd
games.
full season played and 3rd with game action was last year. His first season at Montana.
Hey, that's crazy. Sean said dude's gonna be the only guy on the team who can't be on his parents' insurance. That's facts. For real? That's insane. Holy cow.
What is going on? How?
I mean, it actually sounds like he has a decent case.
For sure.
But
If
just
he
like,
missed all that time, but damn.
please just learn LinkedIn. Just
Be
get
a
job,
GA or
bro.
something, bro. Start your coaching career.
2018 was like damn near the beginning of my career. Like I've had like my whole career since this guy's been in college.
Yeah, no doubt.
Put it in perspective, it was before NIL. 2 years before NIL.
That was like
2 years
before the
before
like
NIL.
current like iteration of the transfer portal.
rules. Yeah, you could only transfer once. You had to sit out a season.
Yeah. Bro, that was the year I went to the Senior Bowl and met you.
Yeah. Wow.
Was Coach Prime even at Jackson State then?
No, he was at NFL still.
That was the year I met you, Jake. I met you that year.
No, I met you in 22.
19, oh, no. I met Hank that
Yes,
year.
you met Hank. Yep.
Hank first.
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
What a
The
sport.
Pac-12 still existed in its current iteration. We had a 4-team playoff.
Herbert was at Oregon.
Justin Herbert was at Oregon. What are we talking about? Bo Nix was a freshman, I think.
Justin Herbert has been in the league long enough to have a reputation that he can't win in the playoffs.
And this guy's still going to school. He's back for this year.
Sean Payton was still coaching the Saints.
DNVR wasn't even called DNVR.
It wasn't.
Holy cow. So we'll leave it at that. Crazy times, but this was a fun show.
It was.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Like I told you before the show, we got a test next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Guess that transfer 2.0.
Let's go.
So make sure y'all lock in out there. Do some homework. Study up this weekend.
Jester maxing all over.
RK and I will be back tomorrow, and we'll see you guys then. Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.